Dear God, I would have killed myself. Really. Last time I did this, by the way, I was in Koriyama, and I wanted to do a video about the whole, the city, my visit to the city and shit like that. And then I talked for like 5 minutes. Like, I
So,
want to shoot myself right now. So, お疲れ様で
お
す。
疲れ様でした。Another week.
Another week, another
Another,
So, Aisu. I never asked you, like, Aisu is your name or like your nickname?
Aisu is my nickname.
Your nickname.
Yes.
Okay, so what's your name?
My full name
Yeah.
is Napason Labled Yingyong.
That sounds difficult.
It is.
Say it a little bit slow.
So my first name is Napason.
Napaso.
Napason, yes.
Okay.
And then my last name is Labled Yingyong.
Lablut.
Labled Yingyong.
Lablut Inyo.
Close enough.
I did my best. Yeah, I'm sorry. I suck
I
at
appreciate your
other
support.
languages.
I mean, Thai. I'm from Thailand,
Yeah.
and Thai is really. I think compared to Japanese, it's probably the same level of difficulty.
Really?
I mean, we don't have like 3 alphabets, but
How many letters do you have though? Okay.
44 consonants,
Okay.
consonants only,
Yeah.
and then 20. I feel like I might fail Thai language, but either 21 or 32 vowels, either.
Works. It works. It's fine. So, first of all, thank you for doing this again.
Yes, of course.
We recorded once before, and yeah.
What happened?
Okay, first of all, like the part that I was really pissed at the most was, the Insta360, the camera that I was shooting on. It had some fogging on it. You remember?
Oh yeah.
So we had a whole portion of the podcast, and it was very interesting things that we talked about, right? With no video,
Oh no.
right? So I was like, I was listening, and I'm like, first of all, after the podcast, we went shooting a little bit, right? So I kind of kept rotating the pictures in there, but then it's like, no,
It's okay. I
so
forgive you.
that was one. That was one, right? That was one. The
Okay.
other part is, for some reason, because now we're holding the mics like really close to our mouths, so this should make the audio sound better.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. During the previous podcast, we kept them over here. We were walking in the street, so I had to apply a lot of noise removal. So then our sounded like we're talking underwater or something. Like, no one would listen to that podcast.
I was wondering too because I had my down jacket with me.
Yeah.
And I was scared of swish swish sound.
Swish swish, right? Yeah, swish swish was fine.
Okay.
Because it was not, I guess, rubbing against anything.
Yeah.
But the problem is, it was like cars and planes and
Right.
stuff like.
Right,
There
right.
was a plane, I think a helicopter that passed by
Yep.
that day, right? Yeah.
Yep.
It was like perfect. It's like, this is not gonna work. It was a sign, but I just didn't get it that day. But yeah, like I'm sorry to ask you to do this again. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, my full name is Napason Labla Jingyong. As you can hear, it doesn't have Aisu in it.
Yeah, where did Aisu come from? I
So-
keep interrupting you. I'm a bad
No,
host.
no,
yeah.
no. So,
Yeah.
my in Thailand, because of even Thai people, we think our names are difficult. So everyone has a nickname. So my older brother's nickname is T.
T.
Yeah.
That's easy to remember.
Yep.
What's his real name?
Jiratip.
There is T in it. A bit of a T in it.
So
Yeah.
His nickname follow my dad's name.
Uh huh.
Not so important, I guess, but
Of
I don't
course
know.
it is.
Sorry,
If
but
she's watching, like, don't get pissed. Yeah.
just little details. And then my mom wanted to come up a way where she could call us both easily.
Uh huh.
So his name is T, and my nickname is Ice. Lipton iced tea was popular back
I
in the days.
honestly, I really thought that Ice, like her name was like Ice, right? I was like, since we're in Japan, it's probably Aisu.
So
But
so
I
so.
thought, like, if I say this out loud, I might sound dumb. So I was like,
But it's
okay,
true.
just ask her and she might explain.
Yeah.
So it's
So
actually Ice.
yeah. So yeah,
Oh,
it was actually ICE, and
okay.
then when I came to Japan, it just automatically became Aisu. Cheers to that.
Cheers. I'm glad I got it. But yeah, so what you're now working in the recruiting industry. First of all, like, this is a question that we all get asked here. Why did you come to Japan? Why did you come to Japan?
So I guess for me, I went to the U.S. for exchange year back in high school,
Uh huh.
and I came back to Thailand to finish my final year in high school.
Okay.
And then I realized that, not realized, but I felt like there's way more out there to explore. And I've been following my brother's footsteps. Like we went to the same kindergarten, same elementary school, same middle school, same high school, and I don't want to, follow his shadow my whole life. Uh, I love you.
I don't think so.
And
Kidding. Yeah.
yeah, I just felt like there's more out there. There's more outside of Thailand, and I just started to find scholarships, and my university they offer scholarship to international students, and I just happened to got one, and yeah, and now
So you
I'm
got
here.
here with a scholarship. Nice. You must be smart. I keep
No,
saying that.
well,
Yeah. So, well, what did you study? Which university did
yeah.
you go to?
So I went to the university called Ritsumeikan Asia Pacific
Ritsumeikan.
University.
Uh-huh.
It's part of Ritsumeikan, but my university is not in Kyoto, but mine is in Beppu, Oita, in Kyushu. Out
That's
of
like South Japan, right?
Yes,
Like, yeah.
out of nowhere. But we've got mountains, we've got the beach, everything except civilization.
At least you get to enjoy the beach.
Yes,
How often
definitely.
did you go to the beach?
Every time when me and my friends wants to get drunk.
Which I guess for university that would be pretty often. Yeah.
Like Friday night gathering. We have one or two Starbucks, and we have one McDonald's, and we will hang out at Mochikahama Beach, behind
Uh-huh.
McDonald's.
So it was pretty fun days.
It was really. I
And
think one of the things that I regret is to live my university life more. I think since then I was so worried about I have to get a job, I have to get good grades, I have to do my baito, my part-time jobs, and it was so much of worries. But I also managed to have fun. But I feel like I could have more fun.
how much fun do you want to get?
I don't know. Like I just felt like now that I look back, I felt like I was worried too much. It was 4 years university, but
Yeah.
I finished within 3.5 years, and then
That's why I keep saying she's smart.
I feel like it's really
Really?
normal for our curriculums.
Oh, so everyone finishes at 3.5 years?
Most people actually.
Okay, maybe she's not that smart.
I'm
I'm
putsu
kidding. But yeah, so what did you study in? How
business,
business?
BBA.
Uh-huh.
I majored. My major is called strategic organization, but my favorite subjects, my interest at that time has always been HR.
HR. Oh, okay.
HR and like how to implement strategies into the organizations, those kind of stuff.
Sounds complicated.
I think anything that related to people,
Hmm.
which HR
Yeah.
is
It's
complicated.
complicated,
Yeah,
right?
people are complicated.
People are definitely complicated. There's one thing like, and I'm not dissing. I'm not dissing. I'm just I'll say what I heard, right? Is that HR, no matter how much they show the employees that they're caring for them, they're actually looking out for the safety and wellness of the company, not the employee. Is that true?
The first thing,
The first priority is always the company, right?
it's always because who paid the employees, the
Right?
company.
Right?
Therefore,
They're, we're always on the company side.
and the very first thing my professor, my major professor, my thesis professor said that HR is often considered as the trash can of the company. Everything come to us, complaints, rules, those like laws and whatever, and I think what you said is true. Like no matter what happened, we kind of have to protect
The
the
company,
company.
right? Yeah.
The company, as sad as it is, the company comes first.
But yeah, but it like you said, it makes sense. It's just like it's a bit, and especially if someone is in trouble or someone is like not in a good position, that's when HR come in, right? And then HR, I don't know, correct me if I'm mistaken, but they try to contain whatever situation it is, right?
Trying to put out the fire.
Put out the fire, and put out the fire sometimes would include convincing the person to just kind of give up their rights or like not letting them know that they can do certain actions, right? Sometimes that would be the case, I guess. I mean, it depends on the person.
HR is very broad topic. What I'm really interested in is actually employee retentions. So
Retention.
so how to maintain people, how to make the placement better for everyone. That's has always been my interest.
Oh,
My
sounds great.
my thesis was actually about like why foreigners working in Japan. I can't remember the exact topic, but like
Just-
why people work here and then why people decided to leave.
To leave. But what did you find out?
Uh, Japan still has a long way to become international environment. I think it's really depends on company where you go, but not everywhere is going to be flexible or not everywhere is going to meet your request 100%, right? And
Yeah.
also another thing is that sometimes employees they don't speak up their mind and the employers also don't know what's going on. So as much as HR is a trash can, but we try to connect people together. We try to understand what's the problem, and we try to come up.
Might be a little bit unfair to HR to call it a trash can, to be honest.
I can't remember, but I think that's what my professor said.
I think like the most people, I mean, in my company, the people who do the most hours are HR. Like they're just there all the time. Like, guys, when do you leave? I feel terrible just leaving and just seeing they're just still there. So
Yeah.
it's definitely, I wouldn't call it a trash can, but yeah, whatever.
I think we put people first, and this is the job that we. I think any job. I actually had a discussion with my previous HR manager that I really admired him, and he was telling me that we all would be lasting in any job where we felt like no matter how tired it is, no matter how tsurai the job is, if you like it, you would do it. Like,
Yeah. So hold on. In your opinion, as someone who I guess specializes in HR, or like you studied HR, your thesis on HR, what is the most important reason people stay at jobs? You said like your friend said like liking the job. Okay, what does like mean?
like as in like, let's say, what do you like? Like, as in like interest. What's your interest?
Well, me and my friends, my asshole friends,
Okay.
we call it. We always have this saying. It's not my family's business. You know, working for a company is not my family's business.
Yeah.
So first of all, I need to be compensated well. That comes first. If I'm not being compensated well, why would I even work for this company, right?
Right.
After you being compensated well, and that's basically the minimum, right? Then comes the different things, like whether you're, flexible working hours, friendly environment, stuff like that. So, because to be honest, if even if the company has very good flexible hours, they're very friendly, but they're underpaying you.
Yep.
You can't really live well, can you?
Yeah.
Right?
I think for some people, we call it we call it comfort. Some
Comfort zone.
comfort, as in like they think this is good enough. They don't know what's outside. That's why they stay. That's why, even though the company takes so much advantage from them, they don't know.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, and for people in Japan, for example, like wages are way low compared to other countries, right?
Yep.
It's almost irritating to be honest, right? But people would still like, "Oh, no, this is like shoganai,
So
right?"
that's the word, shokanai.
Yeah, shoganai. Shogunai is like can be helped kind
Yeah.
of thing, right? Yeah, it's just like they'll just go like, okay, it can be helped.
I think lots of foreigners that came to Japan, like they came, they have this picture of Japan being like sakura blossom everywhere, everyone's like omotenashi
That
tuka.
pink image, you know.
Yeah, very, and then they started working and then they realized more and more reality.
Yeah, I mean it's always different, right? Like
I think,
visiting and
yep,
working.
yep. Living and traveling are totally different. And once you know how much pension and tax here, whew, like,
The cool part is you're probably not gonna receive the same amount of pension that you paid, right? Yeah.
is that
'cause
the cool part?
it's I'm being sarcastic. you know. So whatever you're paying right now, you're not gonna get when you're actually if you retire here.
Yeah.
If you're staying here, you're not getting the same amount because the number of young people are decreasing in Japan, right?
Yep.
The number is decreasing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I've heard from my Japanese friends that they were dilemma. Like, there were, I don't want to say protest, but like, there were young people that came out and like they tried to get their own rights, their own money.
Honestly, if it was an option, like why would they
Right.
pay pension if they're not getting it?
Yeah. For me too. For anyone actually. Like, we don't know if we're gonna be in Japan until we're 60.
And even if
Are we gonna live even until then? you know.
the the beautiful part is again, I don't know when did you start working. Like, I mean, you graduated from here, you're undergrad, and I came here when I was 27, started working when I was 30, 33. So that means my pension starts only from 33 or something. That's the amount of my contribution, right?
Contribution.
Right? So when I retire, the amount of years is lesser than the amount of years that somebody that your age or like started from a very young age. So I don't even get paid that much, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not sexy in all fronts. Like it's just bad, you know?
Yeah.
And yet they're trying to get more people to come to Japan. Why? Like,
Because population is decreasing.
and why would they? I mean, it's insane. Like, we're not gonna get into this conversation, but it's really
The
kind of
conversation is getting as dark as our
yeah, dark.
coffee.
Yeah. By the way, today's coffee, we are at Covert Coffee in Shinjuku, and this place has. What do you think of the coffee?
I think it's really great, and
Yeah.
the staff, he really knows what's they're selling, and he's really want us to make the right choice before we
Yeah.
purchase. So
He should help us in other decisions in life too. No, making the right choices. Oh my god.
and then he sees this video, and then he'll be like, I don't even know
The hell are
mine.
these guys? Oh my god. So enough, dark
Dark
darkness,
conversations.
dark conversations, and I think we turned off people already. Most of them, whatever was
Most of
watching,
them
they're
left-
not probably already
left
left.
since fifth
Let's try to
minute.
get more people now.
Yeah.
Let's make it a bit brighter. So you also model, right? I got to know you through a mutual friend, and I remember the first time I shot with you, and it was beautiful. I don't
Thank
know.
you.
You know, like there are people who are very easy to work with, and there are people who you just kind of force it.
Yeah.
With you, it's very smooth.
Thank you.
Nice. Just saying. So, how did you become, like as you said, like you're studying very different things, and how did you become interested in modeling, for example, and how did it take off?
Actually, it started in the uni as well. Like I'm grateful to have friends that are in kind of like creative friends, and I my first time modeling was a friend of a friend. Like he just approached me, and oh no, the very first time was my senpai who she wanted to try makeup, like being a makeup artist.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, can I try on your face? And we had like a little projects together. I think if I remember correctly, our first project was about freckles. I think people with freckles, they see it as like, I don't know, like
They don't like it,
yeah, some people, they don't like freckles on their face, and some people think it's like what's on your face kind of thing, and
and there are
we
people who think it's cute,
right. I thought so too,
right?
and
Yeah.
we did like a photo shoots on freckles, and that's when another friend of friends started inviting me to do modeling. It was not a lot though. Like I think I only did like 3, 4 photo shoots back in the uni, and then when I moved to Tokyo, I started I started meeting our friend Lisa,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't tell her that I was doing modeling. Actually, I knew her through film. So that's how we got to know each other. But obviously, everywhere, her first photo walk ever. I don't know if you remember in Shibuya. She, I was
Yeah.
I was actually went there just to help her because she has so many stuff on her. She has her lights. She has her what is it? GoPro whatsoever, and I was just like helping her out. But other photographers, they thought I'm a model, and they were like, "Hey, you, can you stand there?" And
Yeah,
I'm like,
because you look good, you know. He's like,
I'm okay.
You look like no, you look like you're gonna be good on photos or something."
Yeah, and
Hold on, was that shoot before or after we met in Ueno? Like first time we met was in Ueno, right?
right,
Yeah, I think that was the first time we met, me and you,
right. That might be, yeah, that might be before her photo walk.
before the photo
Yeah,
op.
because I remember my hair was longer, and then the photo walks, my hair was shorter.
Uh
I changed my hair like
huh.
2 times a year. So,
Well,
but yeah, I think that's how I kind of started and getting into it. I don't really do much, especially like I only do it with people who I trust and I could relate their work. Um, but yeah, there
well,
are,
thank you. I
yeah,
appreciate it so
of
much.
course.
You
I
know.
think since the very first time Lisa was like, you know, he's a dentist, and I was like, what? And then Lisa showed me your Instagram, and I was like, what?
Not so many teeth picture in it though. But yeah. So what right now? How do you find the balance between two sides of your life? You know, obviously you're creative. You're also you're a photographer also, right? You shoot. You
Mostly,
have like a
yeah.
very
I
beautiful
thank you.
page.
Yeah, I when we were talking about like you know, when we post something and we don't like it but other people don't care, that's actually
Yeah.
happened to me as well. Like
Oh.
I try to control my feed,
Uh huh.
but you know, at the end of the day, no one cares, only me.
Yeah.
Like
Sometimes we're
this
in
has to,
our heads, right?
yeah, we're
Yeah.
just like, no, this has to be perfect, this post has to go here, blah blah blah.
Yeah. It's yeah. I think it's sad that we are in our heads, literally. But you know.
But going back to your question, how I balance things, I'm to be honest, I think I'm still like getting started. I've been shooting film for a while, but I feel like there's still a lot more to learn, and yeah, I can't do it during work hours, of course. So, if possible, on weekends I would have my film cameras carrying with me, and if I one of my goals this year as well to go out and explore Japan more. So yeah, before any trip, I'll make sure I have my films or even like film stocks.
One question:
Yeah.
Why? Why film?
Mm, yeah, that's a good question. Cause I don't know. I
Because
think
I think you like to spend money.
no,
No.
no.
Yeah. Then why?
And you know, like since I started, the price has just like skyrocketed.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
I started back in 2017, and I still remember like disposable film camera is still not booming back then, and it was only maybe like 600 yen,
Yeah, they were
and
cheap.
now it's 1,200 yen per camera per disposable camera.
Awesome.
What a great world we're
What a
living in.
great.
And then what else? I don't know, but I think I really like the excitement of like, you know, you took it and you don't get to see it until you developed it. I really like that excitement. I remember my first ever disposable camera. There's 27 exposures. I only got good 7. Like
Seven.
7 good ones.
But that's good. That's actually a good number.
Really? 7 out of 27?
How many pictures do you take on your digital camera?
See, right? Like you could just take it and then
Yeah,
you
but
can
you keep shooting and shooting and shooting, and then at the end of the day, if you get like 5 good pictures, you're happy, right?
yeah.
Yeah, obviously they're all like kind of usable, but
But then I think I also think that's the beauty of it.
Uh-huh.
And with film, you only have that one moment, you know, like and that moment might pass or that moment is not perfect anymore. But whatever it ends, it's film. It's there.
Well,
It's a difficult,
it's
complicated thought.
yeah, this conversation, and I think like we kind of went back in time, right? Like people used to shoot film, and then they're like, look, now with digital, you can just keep shooting.
Yeah.
You know, like it's awesome. But now it's like now you can keep shooting, but now you want just one moment to appreciate. It's like really just kind of going back
Yeah.
in the concept. And I tried film like twice, one black and white and one colored. And honestly, it looks. I love it. I love the pictures, like, and they look like I don't know, like you said, like it has a feel to it. You know that you cannot, like people say, emulate it, but it's not the same,
Yeah.
right? It's really not the same. However, the process of
God.
getting the pictures from the film into a postable picture or like a picture that you can just hang
Yeah.
is a bit
It's excited,
tedious.
but at the same time, it's frustrated because like there was this year, I think 2020, where I wanted to shoot my film with Sakura.
This
And
year, 2020.
2020, 4 years ago. For some reason, I
You
have
said this year, and I was like,
oh
2020
sorry.
this year. I'm like,
Back in time.
yeah, okay. I just thought I heard you wrong. Please
Sorry,
continue.
sorry.
Yeah.
Back in 2020,
Okay.
I remember I was still living in Kanagawa, and near my house we've got this like sakura river, and like it was so peaceful. But got stuck with black and white film, and I was just frustrated, because like sakura is so
It looks so
pretty,
nice. Yeah.
and just like boom,
You
black and
cannot
white.
show the colors.
As much as I want to say it looked pretty, but I was frustrated so much.
But
That's life.
That's life.
Frank Sinatra.
And you have to live with the decisions you make.
Are we getting deep?
I think, yeah, maybe. But yeah, I guess, thank you for doing this.
Of course, it's really fun.
We do.
This is actually my first time discussing with someone about HR.
Really? I mean, honestly, I don't think I know many HR people,
Oh,
to be honest. And apparently, it's a lot more interesting than I thought it would be. I thought HR people are just assholes who try to shh everyone, just like, don't speak against the company,
Yeah.
That's kind of my. Even though people I know, like in our company, like I know a few people from HR, and they're all nice. They're really, really nice people. But this image of the HR is always like kind of like.
all those stuffs we saw on like socials and like people trying to expose their HR. It's just
Yeah.
like the two sides of
There's a
stories.
certain image to it. But yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Aisu.
you're very welcome.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was good. I really